all of those things that were good, some great about the movie, didn't save the movie for me. Let's talk about this movie that allegedly everybody loves it, maybe except for me. Hi, after 2 or 3 months of hearing everyone talk about The Substance, I just watched the movie. I just finished watching it. So let's talk about. I need to say that I was really excited about watching this movie. I delayed it for a long time because it's a horror movie, it's a body horror movie, it's gore, science fiction, and Demi Moore. Everything that I love. And I was expecting too much out of this movie, and maybe that was a problem for me. Maybe I am the problem. So let's start with the premises of the movie. Basically, Demi Moore plays a character called Elizabeth, and she is a TV star. She's a star of a fitness show, kind of like those shows, we would watch on TV 30, 40 years ago. But like it happens with everyone, she got older, and now she's over 50 years old, and the big guys in the TV production decided that she wasn't hot enough anymore. Which is clearly a mistake. Demi Moore, just call me. I'm gay, but and basically they decide to replace her. In this moment, she starts realizing that maybe her moment of glory, her moment of standing up in front of everyone and getting applause was over. In that moment, someone offers her the substance. The substance is basically a drug, something that would allow her to give birth to a version of herself, a better version of herself, but with small rules, with some rules. But basically the main rule is that she has only 7 days with each version of herself. She needs to keep switching, because that's the rule. You follow the rule. If there is a rule, you follow the rule. Watch the movie and you will know. So basically that's the premises of the show. We have Elizabeth, which is her original self, and we have Sue, which would be a better version of herself. But let's start talking about the things that I liked about the movie. First, I love this dynamic where both is her at the same time that they're the same person each at time. They have this rivalry because basically one needs the other to have her glory moment, and the other feels jealous because the other one gets the attention even though it's her. So I love this dynamic because it's a message about the things that you hate about yourself and how you are destroying yourself. And with that, another thing that I really loved about the movie is the message. Basically, in several moments and throughout the whole movie, we get several messages about how the industry just destroys women, how it destroys people, how the big old white dudes wants to force you to give this perfection that it's unreal, and how you have to destroy yourself to find a better version of yourself, but at the same time you destroy yourself piece by piece until the only thing it's left in you, it's the wish to just be you. Or how even though they forced you to be something that you are not, destroying you piece by piece, and you become this something different, this something new, this something that you are not, this monster, and they're going to hate you for that, they're going to try to destroy you for that. So at the same time, they destroyed you for you to become something else, and when you become that, you're going to be rejected because that's not perfect, because nothing's going to be enough. I think the greatest thing about this movie was Demi Moore. Her acting was just perfect, and the younger version of herself, Margaret Qualley, was super great too. They made me feel like they were the same person. They made me feel like they felt the same things, but from different perspectives. And basically that was the things that I liked about the movie. And for me, all those great things, all those great messages, again, no spoiler, there are thousands of messages. If you pay attention, there is something new they're trying to say. Also, a little thing that I like too, if you get the Demi Moore history and how that one movie she made destroyed her career, and she went through a lot of procedures, and then people started attacking her for being transformed into that because of plastic surgeries, and now she just undo everything just to be more like her. So basically she destroyed herself to the point that the thing that she just should be is herself, and how the industry basically destroys people. But going to the things that I didn't like about the movie, all of those things that were good, some great about the movie, didn't save the movie for me. I felt that not that it wasn't enough. I think it was too much. Talking about too much, I need to mention the nudity. The first hour of the movie, it was so boring, because even though the dynamic was already happening slowly, in the first hour, basically all we got beside the explanation of the substance was nudity. It was like soft porn, because the nudity was there to give a message. There was a reason for it. It was trying to say something, it was trying to show something, but it was too much. The first hour was basically butt, nipples. Oh, more nipples, just that. I mean, at the first you get uncomfortable because of the meanings it had, but after a while I was like, okay, another butt. And it wasn't just a butt, it was just a camera almost inside the butt. It was just really there. And I was like, okay, we got the message. We understand what you're trying to say. Move on with the story. I mean, okay, we got it. Naked. Okay. Also, most of the nudity didn't have a meaning. I mean, we got the message, but there were some things that were just like, why are they naked? I mean, every time she needed to switch a body to another, into a version of herself to another, she was naked, and the other was too. The other body was naked too. But it was a blood thing. They didn't need to be naked. Also, they didn't need to be naked every time. It's like me going to a hospital and they're going to take some blood, and I'm like, oh, I have to take all my clothes for you to take some blood. Also, in the first part of the movie, we didn't get much from the Margaret character, Sue, and it had a meaning for it too, because at first Sue is sweet and things happen after it. But it was just her body. And even in the second half of the movie, we have this guy, super hot guy too, I'm gay, but he was there for 3 minutes or less, and they just did a close-up in his butt, and he was out. He was just there so we could see a male butt. Just for it. Another thing that I didn't like about the movie, it was that at the same time, some gore moments were happening, especially in the first half of the movie. I felt that the movie moved so slow. It is an over 2 hours movie, and it was too long. We knew everything that it was going to happen except for the ending. We knew everything that was going to happen in the first 30 minutes. But we had to wait another hour for the things that we knew were going to happen to actually start happening. So the problem with the substance that we got in the first 15-30 minutes of the movie, it took too long to happen. Also, in that time, again, it was like nothing was happening. There was some little things happening with hidden messages but it was too much all the time. And then when it starts happening, it happens too fast. It's like watching the movie with nothing major happening, and then all happens almost at once, so fast. We have literally 3 months that goes by in a second, while the first part of the movie lasted so long. And another thing that ruined the experience for me was the message in the movie. The movie talks a lot about how the industry treats women when they get older, and how they force them to go through things, how they basically force them to look for perfection and everything. And it's a good message, and there are a lot of hidden messages throughout the movie too, and they're all good. But the problem for me was that it was all the time, all the time, all the time. We got it. For me, it was like the movie was hinting it all the time, all the time. I mean, we got the message. Let's continue the movie. I got the message in the first 5 minutes of the movie. Let's make the movie now. I think they tried so hard to make it clear what the message was that it was too clear. The message, it's burning my eyes. It's super bright. I got the message. Give me more. In the end, the movie for me was a good idea with great acting, with some gore moments that for most people would be too much. For me, it was okay because I like gore things. But over 2 hours for me were too much. I would love the idea of this movie in a short movie, or even in a just 1.5 hour movie that could build the story beautifully with some nudity, because there was a message there too. But for me, the movie was too long. And disagreeing with a lot of people, I liked the ending of the movie. I liked those 15 last minutes. For me, that was the best way to end the movie. But I didn't like much the rest of it. But that was just my experience. If you liked the movie, if you didn't like the movie, or if you disagree or agree with me in any point, just comment below. I mean, let's discuss about the movie. There are a lot of things to talk about, actually. I'll see you in the next video, and please try to be safe. Goodbye. Woo!